So the Denver Nuggets are not in the greatest spot in the world. Like, obviously, their star player just had one of the best games of his career, and they're losing. And now we're after seeing that, even with that, he's not happy at his team, and now we're seeing there's a little bit of like not happiness amongst just internally in the team. And I saw this article from Total Pro Sports, and it report Denver Nuggets locker room is heavily divided amid Michael Malone and GM Calvin Booth's ongoing conflicts. I mean, if you're Michael Malone, you're like, we have arguably the two worst max contract players in the NBA, not named Ben Simmons, and that is a fact. That Ben Simmons, I think, is the only, without question, player that is like better or that is worse on a max contract, and the rest of the sporting cast are late first round picks, and the best free agent you've signed is Russ. But Denver Nuggets star Nikola Jokic recently scored a career high. Nuggets currently sit 9 in the West. Amid the situation, NBA analysts heightened concerns amongst fans discussing the ongoing conflict between head coach Michael Malone and GM Calvin Booth. Following the recent matchup against the Wizards, Harrison Wind made appearance for DNVR, Nuggets postgame show. He pointed out there seems to be division within the Nuggets locker room, a situation stemming from ongoing conflict between Malone and Booth. There have been a lot of things bubbling under the surface the past 2 seasons. It feels like it's all been building and coming to a head now. You've got the Jamal portion of it. You've got the Calvin Booth, Michael Malone conflict, which has been a real thing. I've even heard it's bled over into the locker room. Like, that's not good. It's 1 hour long, so I'm not going to find where there is anything from that. But obviously, he's not happy about the effort, and it's not the greatest. It is really not the greatest look for the Denver Nuggets in general. And again, before we are going to get on to my opinion on this, we're doing Hoopsmas. I'm uploading a video every single day. Well, I'm uploading 10 videos every single day for the month of December, and we're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers in the meantime. We are at 7.83 right, 8,003. Our goal is to hit 7,900 by the end of the day. We're going to upload. I've already got 4 upload today. I'm going to be uploading probably 12, 13 today. Trust me, it's going to be a long, long day. But that's not a good sign. Like, it's really not a good sign, because this is a team that really has to be. They really have to be good. They have to be good soon, because you've got Jokic and you've got all these guys on max deals. And unfortunately, they don't have the players to not have good chemistry. And look, if you've got issues with chemistry, then the team doesn't have enough talent really to like overcome that. Because if you've got like Jokic, who's your second best player? Aaron Gordon. Like, I don't think Michael Porter Jr. gets a max from anyone else. From anywhere else. And then we've suddenly got Jamal Murray, obviously, obviously just being completely overpaid. And the fact that apparently it's like stemmed to the locker room. I don't see are there any other articles about the Mike Malone GM conversation. Okay, there's one from Fadeaway World, and to be fair, I really, really like this website. And obviously, this isn't promotion. This isn't paid promotion. I just really, really like this website for finding NBA news. Big, big fan. Fadeaway World. But yeah, obviously it's the same thing we've read. This is far from good news for Nuggets, as the team has struggled greatly since their championship win. I mean, look, they got the Game 7 of the Western Conference semis last year. They haven't struggled greatly. They lost to a really good Timberwolves team. Many speculated the loss of Bruce Brown hurt their roster. They lost KCP as well. And as the problem is, they were very Jokic centric, but they had elite role players around them, and they don't even have elite role players. They don't have elite role players. Jamal Murray's taken a step back. Like, it's just not an all around good situation to be a fan right now of the Denver Nuggets. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's just not a great situation to be a fan of this team, because like a lot of things are going wrong right now, and the team, I don't think, has enough. I just don't think they have enough to overcome that, honestly. I think if you're asking me right now, do I think they make the playoffs? Yeah. Do I think they're a top seed? Yeah. But like, I don't. You can't take him away from contendership just because of Jokic. But I think right now they're closer to 2022, the Bones Highland, Austin Rivers era Nuggets. Like, they're closer to them, honestly. And that is, like, that's the reality of the situation. They are 100% closer to being a really, really average team as they are to getting back to being a championship team. And like, it doesn't help again when you're looking at the GM and the coach fighting with each other. Obviously, the coach can't be happy with the team that there is right now. Like, genuinely, the coach cannot be happy. And obviously, Jokic isn't happy with the effort from the team. And look, the team's just not very good. Like, if you look at the team that lost, no Aaron Gordon, no Jamal Murray, the team did not look good at all. And like, the team, it wasn't good. Like, I get it. They still should have beaten the Wizards. Like, the Nuggets team that lost to the Wizards, they still should have beaten them. But if we're being honest, if you do not consider Jokic the best player in the world, there shouldn't really be any surprise. Because I just clicked game recap and it sent me to Ticketmaster. Because the rest of the team is poor. Honestly, is poor. But yeah, this is really not a good look for what seemed to be just one of the most functional franchises. And a team that, like, absolutely was built the right way. And yeah, it's a pity. It is a pity, but because of, I'll stand by this. Like, if you are one bad max contract away from closing your window to win. And I mean that. Like, teams trying to keep their window open are one bad contract away. Hey, with the second apron, like, I'm just going to tweet this out right now. With the second apron, teams are one bad contract. Teams are one bad contract away from removing themselves as contenders, being completely stuck with nothing to play for. And the Nuggets, with that Jamal Murray contract, I think are now in that no man's land of they're never really going to get anything out of it. They're never really going to have anything to play for. And it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough pill to swallow, I think, for a lot of Nuggets fans. I think it's going to be a tough pill to swallow for a lot of NBA fans. Like, we're not going to see teams win 2-3. Like, I think we might see a back-to-back. Like, we genuinely might see a back-to-back. But we're not going to see a back-to-back-to-back Warriors. You're not going to see a LeBron making 8 straight finals ever again. The way the second apron is, it's just never going to happen again in basketball. And, like, Mike Malone's annoyed at the GM, but I think Mike Malone would also be annoyed if Jamal Murray was gone. So I really don't know, unless the Malone wanted Murray gone. But yeah, the Nuggets are not in a great long-term solution. Short-term, they're fine. I think if they make the playoffs, they could get through the West, because anyone can get through the West. But yeah, it's not a great look.